Good morning. This is your TDT News Update. I'm Carrie Roberts. Making the news at this time. Prime Minister Kamala Bissessa has reaffirmed Trinidad and Tobago's commitment to strengthening ties with the United States during talks with a high-level U.S. delegation. The delegation included Deputy Assistant Secretary for Caribbean Affairs and Haiti, Barbara Feinstein, Chargé d'Affaires Philip Kern, and Chief Policy Officer of the U.S. International Development Finance Corporation, Caroline Vick. Discussions focus on deepening bilateral cooperation and advancing shared priorities as both countries reaffirm their long-standing partnership. The government says the engagement reflects its commitment to building strong international relationships that drive investment, support economic growth, and create opportunities for the people of Trinidad and Tobago. Also attending the meeting were Foreign and CARICOM Affairs Minister Sean Sobers, Attorney General John Jeremy, Finance Minister Devendranath Tanku, Energy Minister Dr. Rudal Munilal, Works and Infrastructure Minister Jerlene John, and Public Administration and Artificial Intelligence Minister Dominic Smith. In other news, the keys to the new central block of the Port of Spain General Hospital campus have now been officially handed over to the Ministry of Health, marking a significant milestone in the ongoing modernization and expansion of the nation's healthcare infrastructure. Minister of Works and Infrastructure Jerlene John yesterday officially handed over the facility along with its operations and maintenance manuals, marking the completion of one of the country's most significant public healthcare infrastructure projects. Constructed by the Urban Development Corporation of Trinidad and Tobago, or UDECOT, the state-of-the-art central block represents a major investment in strengthening Trinidad and Tobago's public health system and moves the facility a step closer to becoming fully operational, expanding the capacity to deliver modern, high-quality healthcare services to patients. In more news, Gasparilla Secondary School earned top honors as the most outstanding pear-helping school at Families in Action's 26th anniversary celebration of its pear helping program. Students were recognized for initiatives aimed at creating safe environments and encouraging peer support across schools.
2026 Most Outstanding School Award to none other than Gasparilla Secondary School.
After an 8-year hiatus, Gasparilla Secondary School earned the title of Most Outstanding Pear Helping School at the 2026 Families in Action Pear Helpers Awards. Addressing the students, Minister of Education Dr. Michael Dowlath commended their leadership, reminding them that supporting others begins with listening.
The training, the process you have gone through will allow you to not just think more critically, but I want you to understand that asking for help is not a sign of weakness. You may be the top student in CAPE, in CSEC, but there's no shame in asking for help.
He also encouraged students to embrace empathy, critical thinking, and service, noting that peer helpers play an important role in strength.
You may not ever have the solution, but what you help others do is this. For those of us who did a lot of research, you talk about baseline data. And in listening, and in talking to someone, sometimes they don't even know they need your help. You've just been a good friend. You've just been a good colleague. You help them to articulate where they are.
Chief Executive Officer of Families in Action, Dion Guichard, said every peer helper has the power to make a meaningful difference by creating environments where fellow students feel seen, heard, and supported. In sport now, Spain have booked their place in the FIFA World Cup final after defeating favourites France in Dallas. Mikel Oyarzabal opened the scoring from penalty spot after Lamine Yamal was fouled before Pedro Porro doubled the lead early in the second half. Spain's rock-solid defence then shut the door on France, ending Didier Deschamps' 14-year reign as head coach. Spain will now face either England or Argentina in New Jersey for the World Cup title. And that's what's making the news this morning. But joining us right now is the host of Trinidad and Tobago Today, Virmala Balkaran. Good morning, Virmala. It is Wednesday.
Good morning, Carrie. Happy Wednesday, too. That means it is the middle of the week. I'm so excited for the weekend. How
what
are
are your
you?
plans this coming weekend?
I'm going to be here at TTT for the finals viewing party.
I know, right?
Will you
we
be
have
here?
that happening on Sunday. I have to come through. I have to.
Yes, I think you have to as well.
Yeah, you know,
Also,
I mean,
yesterday,
that's the ultimate day for the bandwagonist. I am.
you said it. Did you watch a game yesterday?
So I started watching the game. I was at the gym at the point in time, and I started watching the game, and that first goal had scored, and then everyone stopped their sets and was glued to the screens at the gym. But I had to leave, and I think by the time I got home, another goal was scored.
Yeah, I was at the gym too, and I saw the chaos. So, today we're expecting something similar. So, yeah, that should be some fun. I didn't realize you were like a true bandwagonist.
Yeah, through and through.
Okay.
I choose the team I like. When I see them, when I see the game start, and be like, okay, I like this one right now. I don't wait until somebody scores
I have a lot
to
of
then
respect
say I
for
like
Carrie
them.
because he's
What?
honest with it. just so you know.
See, the thing is, I will play football. I like to play sports. I don't particularly follow sports like that. I'm more of an action man.
Oh yes, and Bush as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Carrie, before you go, I just wanted to take a quick moment to acknowledge that, Jamaican singer Fantan Moja has passed. Yeah, news just surfaced about that a few hours ago. That was definitely something heartbreaking.
Yeah, definitely.
One of my favorite songs, Rasta Got Soul, and the Think Twice rhythm. He was the singer of that song, and I think he was just 49 years old, and it's just 3 weeks before his birthday.
That is really a sad one. I really wish my condolences to his loved ones and fans around the world.
Yeah, absolutely. And, he was really sick and then he passed away. So we are extending condolences to everyone, affected by this great loss. And of course, the reggae music industry is really mourning that today. So
he was a big one. He was a big one in the early to mid 2000s. Like some of his biggest hits came out.
Listen, we grew up on that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to sell out my age here, but we really did grow up on that kind of music. All right, Carrie,
Well, take your age and add several more years and you'll get my age.
All right, bandwagonist. All right. Well, I know that we've got another packed show for you today. You know what we do? We link up with Talk City 91.1 FM and so much more inside Trinidad and Tobago today.
Looking forward to it as usual. Thanks so much, Virmala.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
All right. When we come back, the Trinidad and Tobago Today morning show gets going right after this short break.
Your world moves fast, so do we. TTT News brings you the people, events, and issues that matter most. Stay informed, stay ahead. TTT News, every night at 7. TTT News, committed, accurate, relevant.
There are a number of risk factors for heart disease, so a lot of attention has to be put towards preventive cardiology. What can we do to reduce the burden due to all these risk factors? Hypertension, diabetes, cholesterol, need to stop cigarette smoking, you gotta get people exercising.
Be viewing Caribbean Medical TV on this station.
The Mother Church of the Anglican Diocese suffered significant damage during the earthquake of 2018. Efforts are underway to raise funds to restore this national heritage site. You are invited to make your donations with monthly deposits at any branch of the First Citizens Bank, account number 2696950, Marval Road Branch, in the name of the Incorporated Trustees of the Anglican Holy Trinity Cathedral Restoration.
Who says you have to wait until December? This July, TTT brings the warmth, wonder and magic of Christmas in July. Escape into heartwarming Christmas movies every weekend, filled with love, laughter, family, romance and unforgettable holiday moments. Then keep the celebration going with spectacular musical entertainment featuring beloved local performers, festive concerts and inspiring performances from both young and established talent. It's the perfect reason to gather the family, make lasting memories and celebrate the joy of the season right in the middle of the year. Christmas in July, all month long, only on TTT and ttt.live/stream.
Wednesday, 15th July 2026. The time now, it is 6:11 a.m. Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago on the world. I'm Virmala Balkaran and welcome to Trinidad and Tobago Today. Let's take a look now at what's trending this morning. While the government is dismissing claims that this year's Independence Day military parade has been cancelled, Prime Minister Kamla Prasad-Bisesa says, well, the parade will proceed as planned, explaining that an earlier cabinet note was replaced with an updated version. And the Ministry of Defense has also rejected social media reports suggesting that the event was called off, and it described them as false and absolutely misleading. And also, police have detained 4 men and seized 2 high-powered rifles during a joint operation involving the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service and the Defence Force in Signal Hill, Tobago. Officers are saying that the intelligence-led exercise formed part of ongoing efforts to remove illegal firearms from the nation's streets. Here's more.
I am ASP Bacchus, in charge of Operations and West in the Tobago Division. With me, I have Inspector Andy Mohammed in charge of the Criminal Investigations Department and PC Antoine from the Tobago Divisional Task Force. Today, we are happy to announce that around 12:35 a.m. this morning, on today's date, the officers in collaboration with the Trinidad and Tobago Defence Force conducted an operation in the Signal Hill, Patience Hill area where 2 high-powered weapons were seized. This also accompanied a quantity of ammunition. We presently have 4 persons in custody in relation to this seizure. I wish to let the public know that the Tobago Division, the officers continue to work hard, and we are focused on our Operation Resolute Shield, which focuses on ground suppression and dismantling of illegal activities around the Tobago space. We are also asking persons to continue to support the TTPS and to share any information that could assist in treating with criminal activity within our space.
And you know it, Spain has booked its place in the 2026 FIFA World Cup final after a 2-0 victory over France in the semi-final. Spain opened the scoring in the 22nd minute before doubling its advantage in the 58th minute to seal the win. The European champions will now face either England or Argentina in Sunday's final, with today's semi-final set to determine their opponent. Where will you be today to watch that game? And well, you know, we're so excited to introduce Celebrating You. I told you yesterday, and we really want to hear from you. It's our new birthday segment, and we're helping to make your loved one's special day even more memorable with a birthday greeting right here on Trinidad and Tobago Today. So simply follow the guidelines on your screen right now, and your loved one could be our next birthday celebration. And speaking of birthdays, we want to say a very special happy birthday to our very own camera operator, Nick. His daughter is celebrating her birthday today, so a very special happy birthday to Navia Peters. We hope you have a wonderful day and your daddy loves you very, very much. Well, also, before we head to the break, here's a gentle reminder. You know, so much has been happening in life these days, and I just wanted to tell you that kindness costs absolutely nothing, but it can mean everything to someone else, and we never truly know what others are carrying. So please choose empathy whenever you can, and love every single day. We'll be right back, but you know what to do right now. Grab your cup of coffee and settle in. Trinidad and Tobago Today has begun.
Being connected, it means a lot because, first of all, you can't do this by yourself.
When you have your phone, you always have somebody at your side. I could call for help, anything going on, you know.
You know, I'm giving children the opportunity to experience outside of their neighborhood.
Digital is kind of a comfort, you feel good that people in your lives are always able to be contacted.
I was with the other network and I was having problems, so I joined Digicel and I never regretted it.
Every client deserves expertise, integrity, and guidance they can trust. At Camino Realty International, we deliver integrated real estate solutions, sales, rentals, property management, and project development. Driven by excellence, transparency, and innovation, we protect value, create opportunity, and build lasting success. Because real estate isn't just about buildings. For more information on our services, log on to CaminoRealty.com or follow us on social media at Camino Realty TT. Camino Realty International, elevating lives one property at a time.
TTT Weather with Zaina James, daily at 7 p.m.
It's been 2 years since Andrew passed.
You have to trust that God's gonna pull both of you through this dark time.
Hannah, this is Sergeant Barnes.
Hannah Jacobs, would you like to go on an in-person date with me?
We're going on a date.
He even took a liking to Carmen after you left.
Oh my god, that's great!
I tried telling him how the distance sucked and how I missed him.
Something's off, man.
He said he wants to take a step back.
This is when you must have faith and hope. Oh, it is a season of faith and hope. So come jingle my heart.
I'm Renee Sion with another edition of Caribbean Week in Review.
Now, whether someone is on remand, awaiting trial, or serving a sentence, correctional facilities operate under strict rules designed to maintain safety and security. While there are legal channels for family and friends to maintain contact and, of course, provide support, some people, often out of concern for their loved ones and sometimes without realizing the legal consequences, attempt to communicate through unauthorized channels or introduce prohibited items into the prisons. Well, these actions are criminal offenses. And joining us this morning to discuss all of it is the newly appointed Public Relations Officer of the Prison Officers Association, Chris Guerrero, to explain the law, the risks, and the proper ways to communicate with inmates. Good morning.
Good morning, Virmala, and good morning to your viewers.
Thank you for joining me this morning. Chris, you know, the Prison Officers Association recently issued a public reminder about illegal communication and, as I said before, prison contraband. Now, why did you feel it was important to get this message out now?
The Prison Officers Association of Trinidad and Tobago, we believe in public awareness. We have observed in the past that there have been a lot of attempts by members of the public to introduce contraband into the system by various ways, sending phone cards, trying to smuggle illegal items into the prisons. I don't know if culturally they believe that, you know, this is not a big deal, but these things are not minor offenses. And it was only right that a reminder / warning be put out by our organization, because we feel that the prison communication team probably dropping the ball a little bit with that. So we made a decision to put out that reminder to let the public know that, hey, you know, these are serious offenses and you could get in trouble for that.
Yeah. Well, as you said, drop the ball. Have you been seeing an increase at all because of this?
Increase in what, trafficking?
Yeah.
You know, there are a lot of reports here and there. We try to keep as the association, we keep our ear to the ground as to what is happening. So, but, you know, it's a continuous fight that the prison service has, especially with rogue officers as well, being part of the issue. So it's an everyday challenge.
Yeah. Now, Chris, when we talk about unauthorized communication with inmates, can you break that down for us? What exactly does that include and what does the law say?
Well, Act 1508, which was amended, that is the Interception of Communication Act, breaks down how it is you communicate with inmates, especially via electronic means.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to, anything without authorization from the Commissioner of Prisons really and truly should not be happening. You know, the public may not be aware, and I know sometimes it may be troubling for certain inmates, especially remanded ones who trying to get in contact with their families and things, and they think that is the route they have to go. So they may seek out a alternative and illegal method to get communication. But anything that the commissioner has not approved basically is against the law and subject to intervention from law enforcement based on the actions of the persons.
Mm-hmm. Now, many people associate prison contraband with just drugs and weapons, but can you tell us this morning, what are some of the other items that are prohibited and that the officers actually encounter regularly?
Well, you know, we have a lot of things we could say. Something like a nail that could be used to make a weapon, something as a nail file, SIM cards, illegal prescription, unauthorized prescription drugs. You know, these things have a process that they have to go through. Cell phones, of course, any sharp objects. You know, there are a lot of things that could be described as contraband, even food items that not authorized. So, you know, it's a wide varying amount of items. but it really boils down to the authority given to bring them in the prison service. You know, it has some stuff, obviously, we can't authorize marijuana, cigarettes, these kind of things, but there are things that you may not think that are a big problem, but without that permission, it could cause chaos.
Let's talk about the cell phones now. I know those continue to be a major concern in the correctional facilities. So can you tell us why exactly do they pose such a significant threat to prison security?
Well, a cell phone is probably the preeminent method of communication these days. One can argue an inmate may just want to contact his family, but we have high-risk inmates who run criminal organizations, and the cell phone is the number one article used to control their network and get information. A cell phone could be used to intimidate witnesses on the outside, these kind of things. It could be used to call hits on national security personnel and witnesses for cases. So, you know, I think it speaks volumes. We need to look past the simplicity of what a cell phone is, but in the wrong hands, it is one of the more deadly. Next to a weapon in the prison, it's probably the most deadly tool a nefarious inmate could have.
Chris, one of the questions coming in from our viewers this morning, they want to know exactly how does it work in terms of communication with the inmates and the outside? What's allowed? Is it that they're allowed phone calls, and how does that work?
The prison service has channels where, through the visit system and the welfare system, that if you want to communicate with your family members, even your attorneys at time, you know, that system is in place to assist you. I could recognize that it may not be the best in terms of being readily available. However, I would encourage anyone to go through the proper channels to seek out any kind of communication with their families, and it'll put less pressure on yourself and the system. There's also a case in the prison where another inmate may have a cell phone, and another prisoner may seek him out to try to use the cell phone. This could create a system where the inmate who probably just want to see his family, he could be they could be taxing him and these kind of things, and taxing his family just for the use of that cell phone. Sometimes he may have a cell phone, and the gangsters, they will take your cell phone from you, tax you, and have your family paying all kind of fees and all kind of things. So eliminating that kind of behavior in the system is something that I know the prison service and the association definitely wants to get on top of, because it creates less havoc, it creates less violence in and outside the prison service.
Yeah. Now, Chris, do you think that some family members or friends just don't understand that they're breaking the law? They think they're just trying to help a loved one. Even something as simple as sending mobile credit to a smuggled cell phone can be a criminal offense, right? So, I mean, it's just love sometimes and care for someone who's inside, but also they can be doing more harm than good, right?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. I think we have a kind of laissez-faire attitude in the public where we think everything is how they say, a cool scene, but they may not understand the troubles that come on the backdrop of facilitating someone with phone credit and these kind of things. So as I would have described before, and I truly believe that in the system we really have good inmates who just happen to be following the system. But the problem is when they get entangled with the inmates who are part of gangs, who are part of criminal organizations, the use of the cell phone becomes something else. And as I said, we have a system where inmates they tax other inmates, so they may take your credit that you think that you were innocently using to call your family, and they're taking it to run their criminal enterprise. And the average guy on the street may just think he helping his friend or his family in the prison, but he really is causing more problems for the system and for the wider community as well. Yeah.
Well, my final question for you this morning, Chris, what message would you like to leave with members of the public, about supporting your family members or your loved ones, but also doing it the right way and respecting the law?
I would like to say to the public, if you genuinely believe you want to help your family, friend, or colleague who may be incarcerated, go through the proper channels. Go to the proper channels, and that is through the visit system. Come to the visit system. If you need to probably get certain visits, the office of the commissioner allows for certain things to happen if you properly communicate to his office and ask, and I think it's better for everybody that way. It puts less stress on national security. It puts less stress on the officer and maybe the inmate and all, where he doesn't have to feel targeted by other inmates to have his family bring credit and these kind of things. So, yeah, just do it the right way.
All right. Thank you very much, Chris, for joining me this morning, and we'll talk to you soon. Have a good day.
Thank you for having me. Take care.
All right, no problem. 6:31, that's the time. And Sweet TNT, if you're just waking up with us, thank you for being here in Trinidad and Tobago today. For all the stories that you see here and more, follow us at TTT Live online. If you have a story, idea, press release, or you simply want to collaborate with us, well, we'd love to hear from you. Send us an email at tttoday@ttt.co.tt and be a part of the conversation that's shaping our nation. Trinidad and Tobago Today, news you can trust and the stories that matter.
Being connected, it means a lot because, first of all, you can't do this by yourself.
When you have your phone, you always have somebody at your side. I could call for help, anything going on,
I'm giving children the opportunity to experience outside of their neighborhood.
Digital is kind of a comfort, you feel good that people in your lives are always able to be contacted.
I was with the other network and I was having problems, so I joined Digicel and I never regretted it.
Every client deserves expertise, integrity, and guidance they can trust. At Camino Realty International, we deliver integrated real estate solutions, sales, rentals, property management, and project development. Driven by excellence, transparency, and innovation, we protect value, create opportunity, and build lasting success. Because real estate isn't just about buildings. For more information on our services, log on to CaminoRealty.com or follow us on social media at Camino Realty TT. Camino Realty International, elevating lives one property at a time.
Ever wondered what happens before the lights come on? Before the crowd pours in? Before the magic hits the stage? This is your all-access pass. Sneak Peek with Junior K takes you behind the scenes of the biggest cultural moments and the hottest events across TNT. From the sound checks to the stage setups, from final rehearsals to exclusive interviews. If it's about to be big, we're already there. Catch Sneak Peek airing daily on TTT and relive every moment on all our social media platforms. Sneak Peek with Junior K, where the story starts before the spotlight.
Just all my best memories are here at the lighthouse.
But I'm telling you the truth. There's a real life pirate over there.
The
light in the lighthouse doesn't work, Sully. It hasn't worked in years.
That lighthouse is coming down.
Lighthouse works, Dad. It does.
It sure does.
I believe you, Kurt.
Your world moves fast, so do we. TTT News brings you the people, events, and issues that matter most. Stay informed, stay ahead. TTT News, every night at 7. TTT News, committed, accurate, relevant.
Kamla Prasad-Bissessa has reaffirmed Trinidad and Tobago's commitment to strengthening ties with the United States during talks with a high-level U.S. delegation. The delegation included Deputy Assistant Secretary for Caribbean Affairs and Haiti, Barbara Feinstein, Charge d'Affaires Philip Kern, and Chief Policy Officer of the U.S. International Development Finance Corporation, Caroline Vick. Discussions focused on deepening bilateral cooperation and advancing shared priorities as both countries reaffirmed their long-standing partnership. The government says the engagement reflects its commitment to building strong international relationships that drive investment, support economic growth, and create opportunities for the people of Trinidad and Tobago. And also attending the meeting were Foreign and CARICOM Affairs Minister Sean Sobers, Attorney General John Jeremy, Finance Minister Devendranath Tanku, Energy Minister Dr. Rudal Munilal, Works and Infrastructure Minister Jerlene John, and Public Administration and Artificial Intelligence Minister Dominic Smith. And the keys to the new central block at the Port of Spain General Hospital campus are now in the hands of the Ministry of Health. Minister of Works and Infrastructure Jerlene John yesterday officially handed over the facility along with its operations and maintenance manuals, marking the completion of one of the country's most significant public healthcare infrastructure projects. Constructed by the Urban Development Corporation of Trinidad and Tobago, UDCOT, the state-of-the-art central block represents a major investment in strengthening Trinidad and Tobago's public health system and moves the facility a step closer to becoming fully operational, expanding the capacity to deliver modern, high-quality healthcare services to the patients. And for more than 50 years, the Couva Children's Home and Crisis Nursery has provided care, protection, and hope to vulnerable children from across TNT. And today, the home cares for 15 children, but operating the facility, though, costs just more than $100,000 every month, with only about a third of those costs covered by government grants. Well, to help bridge that gap, the home is hosting the Future Care 5K fundraiser. And joining us this morning is the home's director, Elsa Lara Joseph. Good morning, Elsa.
Good morning, and good morning to all your viewers, Trinidad and Tobago. It's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you for being here. You know, Elsa, the Couva Children's Home and Crisis Nursery has really been serving vulnerable children, and I know you've been doing this for more than 5 decades. So I want you to start by telling us a little bit about the home's mission. Tell us about the home and the role that it plays in caring for the children in Trinidad and Tobago.
Thank you. So in the 50 years, the home was originally called the Phillips Children's Home. So persons who are much older than myself would remember that name. It was changed in the 90s to Couva Children's Home and Crisis Nursery based on the needs that we saw at the time. And it was formalized, a board was constituted, and since then the has been running as a registered NGO. Our mission really is to create a safe and caring home environment for children who are in need of that kind of service, and of course to empower the children who come into our care to achieve their full a potential as possible and to achieve positive change in their lives through a number of activities that we engage them in.
Mm-hmm. Now, over the past 15 to 20 years, you've cared for more than 100 children, I understand. Now, can you tell us what are some of the circumstances that may lead children to the home, and what exactly does that responsibility mean for your team?
Yeah. So our children are assigned to the home through the courts mainly, through the police and social workers. It all starts from the home. The children who are assigned to us are removed from their home circumstances due to various issues. Some of those issues are neglect, some are various types of abuse, and circumstances that make it very difficult for these children to continue to live in that environment. So these authorities seek alternative solution and alternative home environment, such as an NGO like ours, to ensure that these children can be protected, that they can live their lives as children in as normal a circumstance as possible. It is important for Trinidad and Tobago to understand that most of our children in the homes are not orphans. They have parents. However, through various circumstances, it is better that they are placed somewhere else that can take care of their needs on a temporary basis. Yeah.
And well, I know you currently have 15 children in your care, right? And tell me the ages. Is it starting from 2 months? Am I correct? 2 months old?
Yeah, so we get babies, which is one of the reasons why the home's name changed, because we recognize the need to actually service young children, babies. It's difficult to understand if you're not in the system. However, we do have babies to deal with, up to teenage children, up to 18 years old when they're required to leave the home. So the ages range from babies to teenagers. And that's typical of our home. There are other homes that also treat with or receive children at those various ages. Sometimes when the children come to us, they spend the majority of their lives at the home. Some of them will transition after a few years or return to their original homes.
Can you tell us, what does a typical day look like for them?
So the typical day in the life of a child in our home is very similar to children who live in their original homes. During the week, those children who are of school age are taken to school. We have a school bus that transports them safely to their various institutions. We also ensure that the children who are not of school age, they are taken care of by our caregivers until they are ready to be integrated into the school environment. So these children go to school, they do their work as usual, return home via a bus. They are engaged in supervised homework. Our caregivers ensure that they do their homework under supervision where necessary. These are children engage in extracurricular activities, chores where necessary. They spend a lot of time with each other and with the caregivers who are there to guide them and support them and assist them through life's needs. Have their dinner and the cycle continues. On the weekends, they engage in various social activities. They attend events thanks to some donors who would provide tickets to various events so that they would actually appreciate culture, appreciate religious experiences, and live as whole a life as possible. So they more or less have similar lives, except that they're living among persons who are not their siblings, their blood siblings, that is.
Well, so let's talk about the operating costs. Now, I understand it's more than $100,000 each month to operate the home. How do you bridge the financial gap, between what you receive and what you have to put out?
Well, what we do is we have to raise funds. We've recognized that. And what has happened is since COVID, we noticed a decline in funding. Before COVID, we had a little decline. And then, of course, COVID really, really affected us, as with other entities. And so from then, we've seen the financial decline in terms of funding. Between last year and this year, we experienced further decline with some of our major donors, corporate entities, either reducing funding or cutting funding altogether. Due to the economic climate, we understand it is a challenge. And so we have a serious financial gap to close. And therefore, one of the things I always tell people is that in a home, we do not have the benefit of a mother or a father's salary or both. So we are dependent solely on funding from external sources, whether it's government or private or individuals. And so in order to close that gap, we have no choice but to engage in fundraising activities this year. And so we decided that we will do a series of fundraisers, this 5K being the first major fundraiser for the year. We are going to do a bingo in October and a number of other initiatives to ensure that we close the gap as much as possible. What we're currently doing is ensuring that we meet critical expenses, and the rest happens by magic. The board works real magic. The caregivers work magic to ensure that the most critical needs are met of our children, even with limited resources.
Yeah. All right. Well, Elsa, there's this Future K5K. We just had that on the screen. And we really hope that people will participate. I think you're looking for 500 participants as well. So any closing words about that, some brief details, and where can we get more information?
Sure. So anyone interested in participating in the 5K, you can register. Go to raceroster.com and you can punch in Couva Children's Home and Crisis Nursery, and you can register online. You can also visit the home to register. This event is happening on Saturday, July the 25th at 6 a.m. bright and early. Meet us at the race site, which is directly opposite the Couva District Health Facility. We would like persons to wear blue. The fee for registration is just $150. Come support the home. If you cannot attend the race, of course, we would welcome a donation, and you can call 223-9131 if you are interested in donating, or if you want to know how you can support the home, you can also call 384-6759. So we welcome Trinidad and Tobago, not only participants, but we also welcome sponsors on board. We would like more sponsors to join us. We have a few, and we would like a lot more. So in closing, if you support this, know that you are helping our future generation today.
Yeah.
So that is what I would like to share.
Thank you, Elsa, for all that you do, your incredible work, and your team as well. And we're looking forward to the Future Care 5K. That is definitely a tongue twister. Have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon, and we'll see you at the 5K.
Thank you so much.
All right, have a wonderful day. So for all the information, you know what to do. The email is on the screen, and there is that number as well. It's the Future Care 5K. We take a break. There's more ahead.
Since 1972, one sound has been living in the heart of Trinidad and Tobago, the longest running radio station in the nation.
We're your holiday soundtrack, whether it's on your day off, long drives, or house lines. We are always sweet.
This is music with meaning, music with memories.
Music that feels like home.
And it's not just the songs, it's the voices you trust, personalities you've grown with.
Laughter that sounds familiar.
This isn't just radio, it's tradition.
It's memories. It's part of who we are.
Sweet 100.1 FM, the rhythm of our identity, part of your family.
Always 100, guide you on your way. Sweet 100.
The plays that shake the arenas. The stories that move a nation. From football to cricket, track to tennis, every win, every rivalry, every headline. This is where Trinidad and Tobago come for sports.
TTT Sports with Nasira Mohammed, daily at 7 p.m.
There are a number of risk factors for heart disease, so a lot of attention has to be put towards preventive cardiology. What can we do to reduce the burden due to all these risk factors, hypertension, diabetes, cholesterol, you need to stop cigarette smoking, you gotta get people exercising.
Be viewing Caribbean Medical TV on this station.
The Mother Church of the Anglican Diocese suffered significant damage during the earthquake of 2018. Efforts are underway to raise funds to restore this national heritage site. You are invited to make your donations with monthly deposits at any branch of the First Citizens Bank, account number 2696950, Marval Road Branch, in the name of the Incorporated Trustees of the Anglican Holy Trinity Cathedral Restoration.
Up for this exciting challenge and confident about your business? If you are, the 1020 feature is just what we need. It's where you give your customers 10 reasons in 20 seconds why they should shop by you. This fun-filled feature will be captured, packaged, and aired on television and promoted on social media simultaneously. Small, medium, and large businesses call or WhatsApp 764-3378 or 313-4215. Let's feature your business. 1020 with Junior K. It's affordable, effective, and fun.
It's unfiltered, y'all.
Unmatched.
Unscripted.
You're dressed for Tom. This is The Link Up. This is The Link Up with Talk City 91.1 FM.
Well, it's time to check in with the presenters on our sister station and see what they're up to, how their shift is going. This is The Link Up with Talk City 91.1 FM. Good morning, Andy and Lennox. Did you miss me?
Yes. Oh, boy. A pleasant good morning to you, Virmala.
Good
and
morning.
all of you on the Trinidad and Tobago today.
How are you both?
Good morning. Today, I am good.
Yeah?
Lennox, yes, the Lennox Smith.
Lennox, did you miss me?
Of course, I usually do. And of course, expecting always on a Wednesday.
So I have a question for you before we get started.
Go ahead.
Who are you supporting in today's game?
Well, we
England.
We are a diversion because I am supporting Brazil. Sorry, Argentina.
England.
And what did you think about yesterday's game?
Very good. I supported Spain.
Okay.
I wanted Mbappe them to go home, and today I want Argentina to go home, and I want the finals to be England, Spain. And Spain gonna win the World Cup. Yeah.
What about you, Lennox? I don't know. I feel like I feel you don't agree.
No, I don't agree because I'm a hemispheric individual. I can't see the World Cup going to two European countries, so you understand my bias. And therefore, Argentina is my choice for today against England, yes.
All right, so could I now bring you up to date with tongue lashing?
Okay.
Figuratively, that I'm going to give Lennox Smith.
Oh.
Yeah.
What did Lennox do?
I find Lennox Smith was very laid back this morning, Trinidad and Tobago this morning, and I know all my senior citizens and young people that will reach to that age of 65 years old very soon. We all gonna reach at it. And my co-host Lennox Smith will be reaching eventually 65 years of age soon. And we had a discussion this morning with with a caller stating that 8 months have passed, and when it coming to their NIS, to their pension, their pension, they haven't gotten the pension yet. So the topic was, if an individual now, I have people too, they say waiting like 2 years and things so far past and have not received the pension and they reach 65, right? So that means 2 years passed, so that means they reach all kind of 67. We know the government or the treasury will pay them that money retroactively when all paperwork is settled, Virmala and Trinidad and Tobago this morning. We knows that. But my big question is, if the person die before the process, would the government or would the treasury give the money, the retroactive money to the wife or to the family or to the estate? And to what we kind of learning is no. So I know between believing if that is legal banditry, if that is thief, because in real, no citizen Virmala, Trinidad and Tobago this morning, no citizen, senior citizen supposed to be going through that. At the end of the day, early in the game, within a 3 months time period, oh God, process the senior citizens and them pension money and give the people their money now. So, what about the die before? Oh God, what is that? Die thief. Die thiefing. Lennox Smith, and you're getting to that age and you're too laid back with these big words. I want it to be legally vulgar this morning on that. What says thou?
Well, as usual, I will be usually rational about the entire thing. It depends on the circumstance once again. But one cannot obfuscate, one cannot take away the fact that there is too much tardiness in the system, that there is too much bureaucracy, there's too much red tape, and therefore there should be a time-specific, I would suggest a time-specific period for this process to be totally completed. It mustn't be left willy-nilly, helter-skelter, and the process can take as long as a year and 2 years, etc., etc. That is where I will go. Of course, in certain circumstances, clearly, if the person dies while the process is taking place, I can see, for example, they losing the opportunity, even their estate, if it is that there is a need for the deceased person to have signed off. And if you have not signed off, then of course,
gentlemen, thank you for sharing that with us. I am late for the news, but thank you for being here. We can only imagine how fiery this discussion will be on your show this morning. So this is where I say goodbye. I'll catch you next week where we do this all over again. Thank you once again, Lennox and Andy. Have a wonderful day. All right. All right, we take a break now. Carrie's up next with the major network news, and then we come back with hour number 2 of Trinidad and Tobago Today.
It's unfiltered, y'all.
Unmatched.
Unscripted.
You're dressed for talk. This is the Link Up. This is the Link Up with Talk City 91.1 FM.
Whatever the skies bring, stay prepared with TTT Weather. Committed, accurate, relevant.
Being connected, it means a lot because, first of all, you can't do this by yourself.
When you have your phone, you always have somebody at your side. I could call for help, anything going like, you know.
You know, I'm giving children the opportunity to experience outside of their neighborhood.
Digital is kind of a comfort, you know, you feel good that people in your lives are always able to be contacted.
I was with the other network and I was having problems, so I joined Digicel and I never regretted it.
It's been 2 years since Andrew passed.
You have to trust that God's gonna pull both of you through this dark time.
Hannah, this is Sergeant Barnes.
Hannah Jacobs, would you like to go on an in-person date with me?
We're going on a date.
He even took a liking to Carmen after you left.
Oh my God, that's great!
I tried telling him how the distance sucked and how I missed him.
Something's off, man.
He said he wants to take a step back.
This is when you must have faith and hope. Oh, it is a season of faith and hope. So come jingle my heart.
I'm Jamila Bannister, host of the Socially Safe podcast, the new TTPS podcast where we share real stories, teach real lessons, and create real impact. From online safety and youth crime to community policing and personal responsibility, we go beyond the headlines and talk about what's happening in our communities with the officers and experts who are on the front lines, because safety starts with awareness, conversation, and action. Tune in to the Socially Safe podcast on the TTPS YouTube channel, listen on Apple Podcasts and on Spotify. Don't miss it.
Watch on TTT, Mondays 6 p.m., Tuesdays 1:10 p.m.
Your stories, your communities, your country. TTT News is everywhere, on the ground, across Trinidad and Tobago, and on every smart device. TTT News, nightly at 7. TTT News, committed, accurate, relevant.
Good morning. This is your TTT News Update. I'm Carrie Roberts. Making the news at this time. With an estimated 1.3 billion people worldwide living with disabilities, sustainable employment remains a challenge for many. To help address this, Tobago House of Assembly staff and private sector employers participated in a workshop on recruiting, onboarding, and supporting employees with disabilities. Assistant Secretary in the Division of Community Development and Social Protection, Akel Franklin, noted that the THA has fallen short in its treatment of the differently abled.
Not only are we accepting that we have misrepresented them, but today, under the strict directives of our Honorable Chief Secretary, Farley Chavez Augustine, we are moving towards correcting such ill.
In the first instance, the THA is mandated to employ at least one disabled person within each division. The next step is to create an environment where more people with disabilities can be accommodated.
True inclusion goes beyond accessible buildings and workplace policies. It is reflected in our attitudes, our willingness to accommodate different needs, and our commitment to treating every individual with dignity and fairness.
UNDP Inclusive Growth and Policy Head Iselle Robinson Cooper urged employees to adopt inclusive hiring policies based on equal opportunity rather than quotas, while promoting staff education to eliminate stigma and discrimination against people with disabilities. Condolences and tributes continue to pour in for soca icon Oscar Dennis Benjamin, affectionately known as Oscar B, as family, friends, and well-wishers gathered on Monday to celebrate his life and legacy. Oscar B, lead singer of Byron Lee and the Dragonaires, was laid to rest on Monday. Benjamin, who suffered a stroke in May, passed away on June 28th at the age of 57, leaving behind a lasting musical legacy. Family and friends shared heartfelt memories of the singer, beginning with his daughter's tribute.
He was Oscar B. To audiences, he was the entertainer. To fellow musicians, he was a respected colleague. To friends, he was the life of the party. But to us, he was simply Daddy. And of all the titles he carried throughout his remarkable life, we believe that that was the one he treasured most.
The graduating class of 1985 from Signal Hill Senior Comprehensive School also shared cherished memories of the musician.
That has stayed with us over the years still makes us smile. The football team trained relentlessly before school and again every afternoon under very strict coach. Yet, without fail, Oscar would somehow disappear from afternoon training. Before long, someone would find him not on the football field, but at choir practice. Coach would shake his head and say, "That boy again," like he wanted to be a singer. We all laugh about it today because, as it turned out, Coach couldn't have been more right.
His passing came hours before a fundraising concert for his treatment, which instead became a heartfelt celebration of his life, as fellow musicians, friends, and fans paid tribute to his enduring impact on Caribbean music. In some sport now, UTT and Club Sando booked their places in the Wolf semi-finals with dominant victories over Jewels and Chicas respectively over the weekend. Following the matches, coaches Ayana Russell and Angus Eve shared their thoughts on their team's performances and preparations for the next stage.
Today was a good experience. Both teams familiar with the other team, very young team also, just like mine. My team is under 23 team, so I think it's a good step in the right direction for women's football because we want to have this age group playing, especially in a semi-final of the Women's League. So very, very proud of my girls, played a very mature game and we go on to the finals.
Sandoz coach Angus Eve gave a sober take on the contest.
Unfortunately, it was a little bit too easy, and why I'm saying that, no disrespect to Chicas, but I think the girls in Tobago had a big disadvantage because they played each other like about 4 or 5 times, and so they didn't get proper competition. So when they meet the teams from Trinidad who were a little bit more developed than them, they were at a big disadvantage today, and I don't like those type of things.
And that's what's making the news at this time. When we come back after the break, Virmala's in with the second hour of Trinidad and Tobago Today.
The plays that shake the arenas. The stories that move a nation. From football to cricket, track to tennis, every win, every rivalry, every headline. This is where Trinidad and Tobago come for sports.
TTT Sports. Committed, accurate, relevant.
Ever wondered what happens before the lights come on? Before the crowd pours in? Before the magic hits the stage? This is your all-access pass. Sneak Peek with Junior K takes you behind the scenes of the biggest cultural moments and the hottest events across TNT. From the sound checks to the stage setups, from final rehearsals to exclusive interviews. If it's about to be big, we're already there. Catch Sneak Peek airing daily on TTT and relive every moment on all our social media platforms. Sneak Peek with Junior K, where the story starts before the spotlight.
Why is Talk City 91.1 FM the leading talk station in Trinidad and Tobago? Because nobody delivers conversations like we do. Start your mornings with Ground Report. Andy Pitbull Williams, Lennox Smith, and Nigel Snipes setting the agenda from 6 to 9 a.m. Then it's Off the Record with Stefan Reese and Mr. X, Fearless Talk, and the issues everybody's discussing. Stay connected with Sharon. Take it front with Officer Shabadi. Go beyond limits with Roland Stewart. Drive home with Heavy Duty and David Welch on Under the Radar. And wrap up your day with Kingsley and OB on The Wrap Up. Real talk, real people, real Trinidad and Tobago. Listen live on Talk City 91.1 FM and follow us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Talk City 91.1 FM, the #1 talk station in Trinidad and Tobago.
Who says you have to wait until December? This July, TTT brings the warmth, wonder, and magic of Christmas in July. Escape into heartwarming Christmas movies every weekend, filled with love, laughter, family, romance, and unforgettable holiday moments. Then keep the celebration going with spectacular musical entertainment featuring beloved local performers, festive concerts, and inspiring performances from both young and established talent. It's the perfect reason to gather the family, make lasting memories, and celebrate the joy of the season right in the middle of the year. Christmas in July, all month long, only on TTT and ttt.live/stream.
Well, after spending a decade living and working in the United States, Trinidadian entrepreneur Kelly French returned home with a vision, really to help Caribbean businesses embrace digital technology and artificial intelligence. Well, through her company, French Tech Limited, she launched Book Me TT, an online booking and scheduling platform really designed to help service-based businesses to move away from manual appointment systems and operate more efficiently. Well, she joins us now to discuss entrepreneurship, digital transformation, and really how AI is creating new opportunities for businesses across the region. Good morning, Kelly. How are you?
Good morning. I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Now, you've spent nearly a decade living and working in the U.S., right?
Yes.
What inspired you to return home now and launch BookMe TT?
So, returning to Trinidad and Tobago was always part of the plan. Home is home. I am Trini. My husband is Trini. We want to raise our kids here. And BookMe, developing BookMe allowed us the opportunity to be able to come here and move back home. And this is something that I need to be on the ground to go business to business and to promote and to show everyone how it really can help them and benefit them. And even though I did live across in the US for so long, I stayed very connected to friends and family through social media and through daily conversation. And in doing so, that's when the aha moment came. When I saw a lot of the things that they were doing within their businesses were still very manual. They were handling appointments, they were handling their reservations, their scheduling, all through WhatsApp calls, messages back and forth. And I thought to myself, why are they still doing business this way when there are all of these tools that are available that can help, make everything run a little bit more efficient? Then I thought, wait, but that exists for us in the US, but maybe they don't have access to those tools yet in Trinidad. And that allowed me to sit down, build BookMe, and return home.
Yeah. Now, you were talking about this technology gap between the Caribbean and what you experienced abroad.
Yes.
Now, what stood out most to you when you came back?
I would say how lengthy the process of everything was as compared to being in the US. Everything moved a lot faster, and there were a lot more systems in place for efficiency within different businesses. And coming back here, for example, we had to go get new phones, new SIM cards and everything. And this is like a daily experience. When I went to one phone carrier, it was taking a lot longer than anticipated. We had our 2 small kids, so it was very challenging. Then we decided to go to the other phone carrier, thinking it would speed things up. We were in a line for maybe like 2 hours with a 3-year-old and a 5-year-old. It wasn't a good time. And I was asking my husband, why is this taking so long? And I feel as though if there were certain operating procedures in place within these businesses, it can move a lot faster. They can see more people increase profits. And then the wheel started to turn, and it showed me that there really is that gap, and BookMe can actually help any business, small, medium, large businesses, just move with more efficiency.
Now, let's talk about BookMe now for people who are hearing about it for the first time. What exactly is BookMe TT and how does the platform work?
So, BookMe TT is a fully AI-powered booking and scheduling platform. So, any service-based business that goes by appointment, so doctors, lawyers, consultants, makeup artists, any one of those business industries, it is perfect for them because usually a customer would need to book an appointment. So instead of having to call and message back and forth and even DM, they can actually 2 taps and the appointment is booked.
I'm seeing that on the screen right now, and that's how easy it is to use BookMe TT. So
Yes.
this is, can you walk us through this?
Right, so this would be what a customer would see, the actual business booking profile. And well, the first one, they would select the service, and then they would go to the calendar, select the date, select the time, and just put in their information, and immediately it is booked. They would receive a booking confirmation with all of their appointment details. The business would also receive the same 24 hours before the appointment. Each party would receive a 24-hour reminder. That dramatically cuts no-shows by at least 40%.
Yeah, that's definitely increasing your efficiency and productivity as well. Artificial intelligence can really sound intimidating to some people. As soon as people hear the words AI, they automatically think that something, is a little bit intimidating. It's high tech and we don't know if we can actually use that. That's just for smart people or that's just for people who can afford it. But let's talk now about making AI practical in a way that, really makes life easier for business owners.
So for Book Me TT, it is very practical because it eases your daily tasks. It takes that load away from the administrative task of having to handle like receptionists and staff, having to handle all of the calls, all of the bookings. You're with a client and calls are coming in. You're missing calls, which is also missing opportunity to make money. And this makes everything easy, and it's very user-friendly. It's very easy to use. You don't need to have a degree in artificial intelligence or anything to be able to use the platform. And you think about it like what it can do to help you on a daily basis, what task it can take off your plate, rather than, this daunting thing of AIs and robotics.
Now, as a Caribbean entrepreneur yourself, what advice would you give now to maybe someone who has a great idea, but they're a little bit hesitant to embrace technology?
I would say start small. It's okay to feel a little bit hesitant. Everybody feels hesitant about new things, and you kind of just have to explore, learn a little bit about it if you can, and start small. What can this help me do today that can just ease it off my plate? It could be something as simple as using it for research or booking some appointments, or finding out different information and things like that. Just take it slow and feel comfortable with it.
Now, Kelly, do you see platforms like Book Me TT becoming the norm for businesses in Trinidad and Tobago over the next few years? And I know that's probably your goal. And what needs to happen to get us there?
I think it definitely can become the norm, and that is the goal of it. The goal of it is actually to expand it across the Caribbean islands as well. And I feel as though since launch, a lot of businesses have gravitated to it. They're showing a lot of interest in it. And I think that, they would be more accommodating as it progresses and as they see other business owners utilizing the platform. I think they would be a little bit more comfortable as they see people are using it and how it can benefit their business, and they would want to try it and then, move forward.
So what message now would you like to leave with business owners who are still relying on manual systems and they're wondering, is it time to make that move to digital?
So I would say it's definitely that time to make the move to digital, because it can speed up your business productivity, your customer service. It just gives your customers a better experience. It's more professional. You are allowed to see more customers on a shorter basis, which increases your productivity and your profits over time. And you should definitely look into it and don't be scared. Just embrace it and see what comes.
All right, Kelly, it was such a pleasure having you with us today.
Thank you so much.
Her website is on the screen now. It is www.bookmett.com for all the information that you need. And we look forward to talking with you a little bit later on, hopefully. Well, 17 after 7, that's the time. Remember, the finals viewing party, it's taking place right here at the Mecca, 11A Marval Road. And that's this coming Sunday, the 19th. And if you want to get it, all you have to do is head across to islandetickets.com. It is absolutely free, but you need to book your passes. Get all that information on TNT Today Show and at TTT Live Online. We take a break.
Rivalries, predictions, and bragging rights. Who are you backing? Who's already making excuses? And who do you think will lift the trophy? Join hosts Mariah Ramharak and Nasira Mohammed live on The Final VAR, Thursdays at 8:30 p.m. as they discuss every controversy, every goal, and review every match from football's biggest stage, along with a panel of guests. The Final VAR, where the debate is as exciting as the game. Watch exclusively on TTT and stream on TTT Live Online.
Every client deserves expertise, integrity, and guidance they can trust. At Camino Realty International, we deliver integrated real estate solutions, sales, rentals, property management, and project development. Driven by excellence, transparency, and innovation, We protect value, create opportunity, and build lasting success. Because real estate isn't just about buildings. For more information on our services, log on to CaminoRealty.com or follow us on social media at Camino Realty TT. Camino Realty International, elevating lives one property at a time.
Your heart, brain, and body work hard every day. Give them the support they deserve with omega-3. Packed with essential fatty acids, omega-3 helps support heart health, brain function, and overall wellness. Whether you're staying active, focused, or simply living life to the fullest, live healthier with omega-3. Wellness that works from within. Tune in to Wellness Unlocked on TTT Tuesdays and Thursdays at 9:45 a.m.
All my best memories are here at the lighthouse.
But I'm telling you the truth. There's a real live pirate over there.
The light in the lighthouse doesn't work, Sully. It hasn't worked in years.
That lighthouse is coming down.
The lighthouse works, Dad. It does.
It sure does.
I believe you, Kurt.
From soulful storytelling to powerful live performances, Trinidad and Tobago sister duo Echo is carving out its own space in the Caribbean music industry. With a sound rooted in authenticity and growing regional and international following, they're proving that meaningful music still has a place in today's fast-paced world. Well, they join us this morning to talk all about their musical journey, the evolution of Caribbean music, and their signature live music experience called Pillow Talk. Here are the sisters, Sonia and Suraya Chase of Echo. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Wow, you're both in sync. So it's only natural, right?
Yes.
So for viewers who may be meeting Echo for the first time this morning, tell us a little bit about yourselves and how your musical journey started.
So blessings and love. I am Sonia.
I am Suraya.
And we are Echo. We have been singing all our lives, from young home gatherings, parties, church. And it was something that we've always been called. The two music has always been a part of our household. And I mean, eventually you separate, you go to school, you study different things, but then your calling calls you. And we answered.
So when did you decide, okay, we're going to form Echo and we're going to be this this sister duo and take Trinidad by storm?
So in 2019, we decided we really feel like we have something valuable to offer, and we decided we'll take it seriously. So as she mentioned, we've always been surrounded by it, we've always been involved in it, but we never really looked at it as a potential career path until we decided, you know, why not? We don't have anything to lose.
And now, how do you see Caribbean music evolving, and where does Echo fit into that evolution?
I think
I feel like recently we're seeing a lot of current music kind of going back to the roots in terms of a lot of calypso elements and sounds. And that is something we kind of truly resonate with because we've been surrounded by music of all genres, but especially things like calypso and reggae and older songs.
Yeah.
So it has been a pleasure for us to see those things becoming more popular because we found some difficulty trying to find our lane. I think we have a very unique and different style.
How would you describe it?
Harmonies, sweet melodies,
like
sweet songs.
Very rooted Caribbean pop. Maybe very because we have a lot of elements implemented from
different genres,
different regions, different countries within the region, and it's hard to kind of pigeonhole it and say we're doing this one thing. But when you hear it, you hear the influences as she was mentioning: the reggae, the ska, the compa, the
calypso, jazz.
And you've been not just in Trinidad and Tobago, but you've been regional and international as well. What has that journey been like for you both?
It has been an honor to be recognized up the islands in places like St. Martin, Barbados, more recently St. Lucia. We were also recently nominated for the Posh Icon Performing Arts Award in USVI. So that has truly been a very humbling experience, and we hope to just expand even more.
Yes. Yeah. So I know that your music, as you keep saying, it's vocals, it's emotions, it's also live musicianship. Tell us about the music accompaniment when you're performing.
So we have a band that accompanies us when we perform called The Crew, Echo and The Crew. And when it comes to live performances, I am somewhat the visionary, so to speak. When it comes to presentation, I like us to have a theme and a fixed idea for exactly what we want to present and how we want to present that as a quality package. And Sonia could expand on how she kind of is the storytelling aspect of the package.
I am all emotion. I kind of get to the point quickly. I embody what message we want to convey to ensure that the listeners feel what it is we want them to feel. And so they pair nicely, having that package to engage you visually and then having the message impact you internally.
And I think ensuring that our audience leaves having felt a positive impact is usually at the core of all our live performances.
Okay, now let's talk about Pillow Talk. You've developed a loyal following for that for a bit. So what is Pillow Talk? When did it come about and what's happening?
So Pillow Talk actually started on Instagram.
Okay.
During COVID, we needed to find a way to keep our audience engaged and keep them, following what it is we did. So we had some conversations with our team online, and we would play a couple games, ask some questions, engage with the people on live. And so we took that and everything. And so the meat of Pillow Talk is a conversation with the audience. Without interaction from the audience, there is no Pillow Talk. So it's interacting with our audience, building community, building comfort, a safe space, and giving people that courage to share their perspectives on love, to learn about other people's perspectives on love. And
so it's a unique experience, something that you probably have never experienced before, but when you think about Pillow Talk, you think about live music and conversation with our audience on topics, love and relationships.
All right, so what can we expect from this year's experience?
This year we're talking about chemistry versus compatibility. Banter.
Yeah, it's usually a really nice experience to hear the audience's perspectives on different topics about love and relationships. Anyway, you have men and women, you will have that, that, as she said, that banter and unique opinions. But it's truly a learning experience every single time. And then when the people hear the classic love songs from all different genres, R&B to reggae to soca, everybody has a good time.
Yes. Yeah, and when is this experience?
This is coming up on Sunday, July 19th.
Okay, and how can we be a part of this?
So we'll be at Cafe Blue on Sunday. Doors open at 6 p.m. The show begins at 7 p.m. Come and enjoy yourself.
Just enjoy
you can find us on Instagram. We have a lot of promo and marketing happening on Instagram, where we primarily are at EKO_TT. But come. So you could also, we have tickets, but you could also pay at the door.
Yeah, we have the Instagram details on the screen, also their Facebook page. Yes. It's all there for you. Now, ladies, in an era that's dominated by, streaming and social media, why do you believe live performances and really intimate musical experiences will remain so important? And why is it important for you to ensure that those remain relevant and loved and adored and wanted in today's society?
I think as we become very digital, it is important to hold on to something tangible, to have something real. And sometimes the connection is lost through the screen. And also just live performance, the elements you can expand on musically impacts the audience in a different way as well for me.
Yeah, I completely agree. We are humans, and no matter how much we evolve, the human element will always be, necessary.
All right, well, ladies, thank you very much for being here. We're looking forward to Pillow Talk. That's coming this coming Sunday.
Yes.
And the information, again, is on the screen for you. Their Facebook and Instagram channels are listed there for you. All the best in your journey going forward. Continue to fly the flag of Trinidad and Tobago high, not just in the Caribbean, but all over the world. And we can't wait to see the amazing things that you'll continue to do.
Thank you.
All right.
Thanks for having us.
The time now, 7:30 a.m. in Trinidad and Tobago and on Trinidad and Tobago today. Remember, we have launched our brand new birthday segment. So if you want to be a part of that, we'll give you all the details. You can find that at TNT Today Show and also TTT Live online. We look forward to wishing you a very happy birthday every single day. We take a break. There's more ahead.
Sit down, relax, yeah. Watch the hour, but don't watch the clock, yeah. Somebody closer, Mrs. or you Mr. This vibe is in favor of you and your boo with the low talking all night
long. Being connected, it means a lot because, first of all, you can't do this by yourself.
When you have your phone, you always have somebody at your side. I could call for help, anything going like,
I'm giving children the opportunity to experience outside of their neighborhood.
Digital is kind of a comfort, you feel good that people in your lives are always able to be contacted.
I was with the other network and I was having problems, so I joined Digicel and I never regretted it.
Attention viewers in Trinidad and Tobago. The Truth of God now airs on the TTT network every Sunday morning at 7 a.m. You won't want to miss the dynamic preaching of Pastor Jennings as he speaks from God's Holy Bible. The Truth of God, Sunday mornings at 7 a.m. on the TTT network.
Every client deserves expertise, integrity, and guidance they can trust. At Camino Realty International, we deliver integrated real estate solutions, sales, rentals, property management, and project development. Driven by excellence, transparency, and innovation, we protect value, create opportunity, and build lasting success. Because real estate isn't just about buildings. For more information on our services, log on to CaminoRealty.com or follow us on social media at Camino Realty TT. Camino Realty International. Elevating lives, one property at a time.
Coming up, Barbados kicks off festival season with Crop Over, where you can live like a local. Moments of discovery and joy during Culinary Month in Antigua and Barbuda. Find that hero within you. As these women of vision share their stories of success. It's Caribbean Passport TV on TTT, Tuesday at 8 p.m.
I'm Renee Sion with another edition of Caribbean Week in Review.
for this exciting challenge and confident about your business? If you are, the 10-20 feature is just for you. It's where you give your customers 10 reasons in 20 seconds why they should shop by you. This fun-filled feature will be captured, packaged, and aired on television and promoted on social media simultaneously. Small, medium, and large businesses call or WhatsApp 764-3378 or 313-4215. Let's feature your business. 1020 with Junior K. It's affordable, effective, and fun.
Wednesday, we're joined by the team from Camino Realty International. As we've discovered over the past few months, Camino is more than just a real estate company. And today we're focusing on their online booking platform called CaribbeanSpaces.com. And it's specifically designed for the Caribbean. Well, we'll find out how it's helping people discover and book vacation rentals, event venues, and other unique spaces across the region. Good morning and welcome back to the Managing Director, Rachel Ramlal. Hi, Rachel.
Good morning.
How are you?
Good.
Haven't seen you in a week.
I know, right?
Yeah,
it's been so long.
Yeah. Oh, it's always good to have you here every Wednesday. So tell me exactly, what is Caribbean Spaces? How did this idea come about?
Right. So, as you know, we like to be a little bit different than the others, you know. So the vision behind Caribbean Spaces is pretty simple. We wanted to create an online platform that connects the Caribbean. So basically, it's a booking site where you can book vacation retreats, venue rentals, tours, experiences, whatever is happening in that Caribbean island. It's an online platform that connects all of the Caribbean islands and the listings that they have to offer.
That is amazing. Everything in one place.
Yes.
Now, who can actually use this platform? I know you said it's vacation rentals, but what else can you do there?
So the platform is designed for both business owners, so like persons who own not just rental property, but like also if they have venue spaces or if they offer tour services, for example. So it's built to facilitate both ends. Business owners who want to post what they have and what services they offer, and customers like you and I who are probably looking for our next vacation spot, you know, or maybe we want to know when is crop over gonna happen in Barbados, you know, or maybe we're traveling to some other island and we want to do a tour, you know. So it's really user friendly for both persons, both business owners and customers.
Wow, the interface is actually really impressive as well.
Yeah.
Very seamless. So it's just basically a hub where you can do everything, you know, to prepare for your travel. Now, if I'm a business owner, how easy is it to get started?
We made it so easy, so easy. You literally just go on the website, you click create an account. It's a one-page form, one page. Your name, whatever it is you want to list. On the website right now, we mostly have vacation rentals and venue retreats. So if you visit the website, that's what you're going to see more of right now. It is relatively new, so of course we are building the listings. So you'll see a few local options there, and then you'll also see a couple from other islands.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's pretty simple. You click create an account, you fill out your information, and that's it. That's it. You upload your pictures and that's it.
Rachel, what would you say makes Caribbean Spaces different from some of the larger international booking platforms that may be a little bit out of reach for us? This seems a little bit more relatable.
Right. So most of us are familiar with international booking platforms. We are probably also very familiar with the costs incurred with them. So one particular competitor that a lot of us use here in Trinidad and Tobago actually charges both end users, the owners, as well as the clients. And then it's not just a one-time charge. They charge you based on number of transactions and so on. The difference with Caribbean Spaces is that we have a one-time registration fee. And once you pay that fee, that's it. The money that you earn thereafter on all of your bookings goes straight to your pocket. So we wanted to make the process easy. We wanted to make it affordable. We wanted to put marketing, we wanted to make it easier, more accessible for people who may not have had that opportunity before or who may not be able to afford listing with the bigger competitors.
Now, I understand, Rachel, that you have a promotion running right now. Tell us about that.
Yes, so as I mentioned, the site is relatively new and we are working on building our listings, as you'll see here on the screen. Our special promotion that we have running right now is that you can list for TT, $2,000, and you don't have to pay anything until January 2028.
Oh, wow. That's a long time.
That's
from
even
now.
less. That's like, it's less than $300 US to list your property.
Okay.
And it's valid that once you list between this year, you're not going to have anything to pay until January 2028. What I also want to mention is not everybody has, the best photo taking out skills, So for clients like that who want professional photos or videography done, even if you want like a model to do a walkthrough or so on, our sister company, DigiReef Digital Marketing, that's their specialty. So we kind of partner with them on some of these listings to help the clients, get that professional photo or video done showing their property.
That is amazing. So essentially, Rachel, Caribbean Spaces is more than a listing website.
Yes. So it's not just to list your property or your short-term rentals. As we said before, you can have access to venues. So like if you're planning a destination wedding or you want to travel for like a birthday celebration, you have persons who specifically just rent venues. We also have tours and experiences. So, the goal is to be able to connect the entire Caribbean region. And we like to say that Caribbean Spaces was built by the Caribbean for the Caribbean.
So Rachel, finally, if someone is watching today and they want to list their business or even maybe just book a getaway because everyone's tired and definitely we need vacations, what should they do?
Really simple. Just go to the site, www.caribbeanspaces.com. You can also find us on social media.
All right, Caribbean Spaces, check it out. It's built by the Caribbean for the Caribbean. Thank you, Rachel. We appreciate you. We love having you here. We can't wait to talk to you next week. We know it's always a great discussion surrounding real estate. And now, just Caribbean and so much that you can do, especially with this online booking platform. So we'll talk to you soon. For all the things that you see here and more, head across to TTT Live online and at TNT Today Show. Remember, you can follow us there. We update as the day progresses. Of course, our social media channels are also there for you. We love reading your comments and we love when you engage with our content as well. If you want to be a part of the show, all you have to do is send us an email at tttoday@ttt.co.tt and you can be a part of the conversation that's shaping our nation. We take a break and when we come back, we get ready to wrap it up for today.
What if possibility was only the beginning? Welcome to Limitless, a journey where ideas become action and action becomes impact. From breaking barriers and challenging misconceptions to designing with dignity and driving innovation with heart. This series explores how inclusion is moving from concept to community in Trinidad and Tobago. Across each episode, we meet the change makers and everyday leaders turning challenges into opportunity, building real solutions that change real lives, from possibility to impact. This is Limitless.
with another edition of Caribbean Week in Review.
Your world moves fast, so do we. TTT News brings you the people, events, and issues that matter most. Stay informed, stay ahead. TTT News, every night at 7. TTT News, committed, accurate, relevant.
All my best memories are here at the lighthouse.
But I'm telling you the truth. There's a real live pirate over there.
The light in the lighthouse doesn't work, Sully. It hasn't worked in years.
That lighthouse is coming down.
Lighthouse works, Dad. It does.
It sure does.
I believe you, Kurt.
For generations, Queen's Royal College has played a significant role in shaping Trinidad and Tobago's artistic landscape. Well, now that legacy is being celebrated through the QRC Art Legacy Art Exhibition, honoring our foundations, generations of art. The exhibition brings together works by some of the country's most celebrated artists while raising funds to refurbish the QRC Art Room and inspire the next generation of creative talent. Well, joining us this morning, we have the acclaimed artist and former QRC art teacher, Jackie Hinkson, and artist and retired Trinidad and Tobago Defense Force officer, Stephen Haynes. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning. Good morning.
Thank you for being here with me.
My pleasure.
So before we get started, to set the tone for this discussion, I do believe we have some of your art pieces here. So can we take a look at those? We are going first with yours, I believe, Stephen.
Yes, it is.
Yeah? So let's take a look at that now. Can you tell us what we're seeing?
This is a nostalgia piece for me.
Mm-hmm.
It features a lady with Bantu knots hairstyle, a West African hairstyle. It was popular and still is popular with young women. And the title is I'll Be Out on the Veranda.
Oh.
A term you hardly hear used
yes,
these days.
That's absolutely beautiful. Wow. And it looks very realistic as well.
Oh yeah, photorealistic.
Yeah. When did you do this piece?
This was done last year.
Okay. Interesting. All right. And I do believe we have something from you as well, Jackie. So let's take a look at that. Can you tell us about this piece right here that you're about to see very shortly? So what's the piece that you brought for us?
That is a watercolor I did on site in 1990, shortly after the attempted coup, or the coup.
Wow.
When there was a lot of destruction in the Queen Street area.
Mm-hmm.
So I went with my easel and paints on site and produced this.
It is very beautiful. Why did you bring it back after so many years now? And what has this been doing? Where has this been?
Well, I had in my studio.
This needs to be seen. It is absolutely stunning. Do you still paint? Do you still do art? Do you still practice?
Every day.
Oh, I love that. Art never, ever stops, right? So, gentlemen, let's talk about this exhibition now. It's titled Honoring Our Foundations, Generations of Art. What does this all mean, and why is this theme such an important one?
As stated earlier, it's to help with the refurbishment of the art room in the school. But it's a full circle moment, because this was my art teacher.
Oh, wow.
Yes, it was. So you have, in the exhibition, you have faculty and alumni. You have, it's wide ranging. It's not just paintings and drawing.
Yeah.
Carnival is an art. So we have carnival artists, we have minstrel featured, we have film night, we have books. So it's wide scoping.
We would have never thought that you were his teacher. You look way too young for that. All right, we're just going to put that on record. Now, you were first a student as well at QRC, but I do believe we have another piece on the screen. Which one is this one?
This is a day in the life of, and you could fill in the blanks. It's a scene of a rural fisherman mending his nets.
Wow, these look really, really realistic, and I believe we have another piece as well that's coming in on the screen now. This one obviously looks like a fish. Am I correct?
So. I hope so.
I think so too. What inspired this one?
Well, I just happened to be on the beach at Mayaro with my paper and crayon and so on, and a van passed at same pulling time, and in the tray of the van were these massive group of fish.
Right.
And I was just struck by the image, and right there spontaneously on site, I produced this.
Okay, that's absolutely beautiful. You know, let's continue now. Let's just talk about the fact that you were first a student at QRC, yeah? And then you returned as an art teacher for almost 40 years.
No, not 40.
How many years?
I'm not that old. No, approximately 16, 17 years.
Okay, I understand. Now, looking back, how did the school shape your own artistic journey?
Well, there's a lot that can shape an artist's vision. At the time I was a student in the 1950s, up to 1961, I had no art teacher. But there was a kind of liberalism about QRC that encouraged you to observe and think and respond to what is happening around you in your environment. So in that sense, my experience at QRC helped to shape me, my vision.
And you also mentored many students who've gone on to become such respected artists. What has it been like watching those generations build on that legacy?
Well, it's very satisfying. I'm not convinced that I played such a massively important role in it.
You did. You absolutely did. I'm sure your past student can attest to that. Living proof.
But you know, it's satisfying to see that, encouraging.
Yeah.
You know?
Now, your journey into the art world is very special. You served in the Defense Force, am I correct?
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
27 years in Coast Guard.
Wow.
During which time I did not pick up a paintbrush.
Okay.
And on retirement, I got back into my first love.
And what was that feeling like for you?
It brought about a sense of peace, for want of a better word.
Okay.
Because art to me is totally relaxing. And with the encouragement of my loved ones, they say start showing your work. Start exhibiting. And it was during COVID, under lockdown, I started showing.
Yeah. Let's talk about the exhibition now. You're featuring some really influential artists. So tell us what we can expect.
Want to take this, Jackie?
Well, yeah, first of all, it's the work of artists who are alive, some young, some not so young, obviously, and also of artists who have departed, like the Holder brothers, Bosco and Jeffrey, Edwin Hingwan, Noel Vaucrossen, and I'm leaving out one I can't think of at the moment. So it covers, you know,
generations
under one roof.
Under one roof.
Yeah.
And that is a really beautiful thing.
And the intention is to make it an annual event.
Oh.
Yes, so as we go along, people who might not have got featured in these rounds, they will be able to show their work in exhibitions to come.
All right. Now, well, how do you think that Trinidad and Tobago's visual art scene has evolved over the decades in your experience? And what are you seeing now with the artists who are emerging today?
Well, I mean, when I was beginning, aspiring in my late teens, I was still a student at QRC. The art community and the art society were small bodies. Since then, it has grown massively. There are hundreds of people who are practicing art now. So in that sense, it has grown. The opportunities for aspiring artists to go abroad and study, that has grown. The notion in my time in the 1950s that art was some kind, well, not useless, but what are you going to do with it? What future is there? That was still a strong notion. Well, all that has disappeared now.
And, you know, now that you're walking through this exhibition, you're seeing the work of artists that probably you once taught, and or people that you inspired. What emotions does that bring for you?
I don't know how to describe the emotion. As I say, one of general satisfaction, a pleasure of seeing it and knowing that you've played a role, however small, in this evolution. I mean, that basically is it.
Now, Stephen, discipline is something that we often associate with military service like you. How has that discipline really influenced your creative process as an artist?
The discipline aspect is, I can't say that I'm a practitioner of the discipline aspect. I can't give myself fixed hours to paint. I might paint 3 pieces in a week, and then a period of 3 months might pass and I haven't touched a brush. But the love is always there. You know, and I have a stated intention to try and democratize art because it sometimes seems as something being bourgeois and out of reach of the average purse. And if I could make my affordable so that just about anybody in John Public could come out and get a piece to put in their house. We have a lot of artists here in Trinidad, so there's no reason why every house should not be featuring a piece of local art.
All right, gentlemen, give us a reminder about this exhibition. When is it all happening before we wrap up?
It opens on the 21st at Napa. Interestingly, Napa now sits on the site where the Princess Building was. And QRC was also housed at the Princess Building sometime late in the 19th century before it moved to the Queen's Park Savannah area. It runs until the 30th. And included, I mean, although the visual arts will be the dominant component, there will be some areas devoted to people who have written and published. There will be a gift area with art-related things on sale. And there will be some evenings devoted to talks where, you know, groups of artists and so on.
Well, there's so much to look forward to with that exhibition, and we're so grateful that you both shared a little sneak peek of that with us this morning. This is where we say goodbye. Thank you for joining us today on Trinidad and Tobago Today. We'll see you tomorrow on Tobago Thursday, where we do this all over again from 6 to 8 a.m. Have a beautiful day. Please be safe. Bye-bye.
with another edition of Caribbean Week in Review.
all my best memories are here at the lighthouse.
But I tell you the truth, there's a real life pirate over there.
The light in the lighthouse doesn't work, Sully. It hasn't worked in years.
That lighthouse is coming down.
The lighthouse works, Dad. It does.
It sure does.
I believe you, Kurt.
Your world moves fast, so do we. TTT News brings you the people, events, and issues that matter most. Stay informed, stay ahead. TTT News, every night at 7. TTT News, committed, accurate, relevant.
Good morning. This is your TTT News Update. I'm Carrie Roberts. Making the news at this time. The Prison Officers Association of Trinidad and Tobago is warning the public that providing unauthorized items to inmates is against the law. PRO Chris Guerrero said the smuggling of contraband threatens the safety and security of the nation's prisons. His comments come as the Trinidad and Tobago Prison Service continues to intensify efforts to intercept illegal items, with recent operations resulting in the seizure of cell phones, cigarettes, and other prohibited articles.
So they may seek out an alternative and illegal method to get communication, but anything that the commissioner has not approved basically is against the law and subject to intervention from law enforcement based on the actions of the persons.
Mr. Guerrero outlined what the prison service considers contraband, urging members of the public to familiarize themselves with prohibited items and refrain from attempting to pass them to incarcerated individuals.
Something like a nail that could be used to make a weapon, something as a nail file, SIM cards, illegal prescription, unauthorized prescription drugs. You know, these things have a process that they have to go through. Cell phones, of course, any sharp objects, you know, there are a lot of things that could be described as contraband, even food items that not authorized.
The PRO of the Prison Officers Association noted that the number one item that is prohibited in the prison system, besides an actual weapon, is a cell phone. And across in Tobago now, a Tobago Police Service team provided an update on crime across the island on Tuesday. During the briefing, ASP Mahalia Bacchus, Divisional Executive in charge of operations and West Tobago, highlighted recent firearm seizures and arrests, noting that the police continue to intensify efforts to combat criminal activity and maintain public safety.
Officers, in collaboration with the Trinidad and Tobago Defence Force, conducted an operation in the Signal Hill, Patience Hill area where 2 high-powered weapons were seized. This also accompanied a quantity of ammunition. We presently have 4 persons in custody in relation to this seizure.
She also reassured residents that the division's special crime-fighting initiatives remain in place and are delivering results, with officers continuing efforts to keep communities safe.
I wish to let the public know that the Tobago Division, the officers continue to work hard, and we are focused on our Operation Resolute Shield, which focuses on ground suppression and dismantling of illegal activities around the Tobago space. We are also asking persons to continue to support the TTPS and to share any information that could assist in treating with criminal activity within our space.
Inspector Andy Mohammed of the Criminal Investigation Department and PC Antoine of the Tobago Divisional Task Force joined ASP Mahalia Bacchus for the update, representing the dedicated officers who continue to work diligently to keep Tobago safe. In other news, SM Jaleel has confirmed the continuation of its long-standing partnership with Caribbean Airlines, following the airline's bid process for the supply of bottled water. The company said it submitted its quotation on July 2nd and that discussions are underway on a proposed one-year contract for the supply of Oasis water. SM Jalil noted that the procurement process remains ongoing and is subject to regulatory requirements, including a review by the Office of Procurement Regulations. In a statement, the company said it was proud of its more than two-decade partnership with Caribbean Airlines. It added that as discussions progress regarding the formal supply arrangements for Oasis water, the company remains committed to delivering high standards of quality, reliability, and service. In sport now, the Pan-Caribbean Martial Arts Championship World Games 2026 took place at the Bishop Anstey High School East on the weekend with the Minister of Sport and Youth Affairs, Philip Watts, in attendance. The championship brought together martial artists from Trinidad and Tobago and across the Caribbean and beyond, reinforcing the country's role as a hub for high-level sport and youth development. Participants were officially scouted for the upcoming International Combat Organization World Martial Arts Championship, scheduled to take place in France from 14th to 18th October 2026. This qualifying opportunity provides local and regional athletes with a pathway to compete on one of the world's premier martial arts stages while gaining invaluable international exposure. And that was your TDT News Update. I'm Carrie Roberts. From our entire team to you, have a great day.
This is TTT. Live for local.